Having some sort of midlife crisis by sleeping in the woods, I miss the little fox. First time I've done this. Whoa! And I can't touch anything because my hands are covered in bread mix. And stalk out my own camp.
And here we have Beard in the wild, spotting the fox, stalking his prey.
So I'm back in the woods, and tonight I'm using the OEX Phoxx 2 version 2. Great to have this tent back out, it's been a while. And I'm also lucky enough to be trying out some night vision goggles from AKASO. Got some really good footage coming up. Let's get this back corner up. Let's go round the tree. Nice. I'm all out of trees. Let's get her up. Oh, I need a tent peg. Stay there. Yeah. A nice angle there. Just come down here. Fantastic. We've now got a lovely place to sit when this rain comes in. Awesome. So I've managed to clear a lovely area in front of me. Plan on having the tent just up there. Little fire there. I do have the landowner's permission. So before I get my tent set up, etc., I'm just going to get a small little fire going. Nice. Get some small twigs on there. There we go. So I follow this lady on TikTok. She's called Natalie Outdoors NI. And I've noticed recently, every time I watch the videos, I'm seeing the OEX Phoxx 2, which made me miss her. And I'm aware at the minute, this tent's selling out everywhere. Everyone's trying to get hold of this tent. But yeah, based on seeing it out and about, I thought it was about time to crack her out. If the OEX Phoxx is something you're thinking about buying, you'll be able to see. Now, apologies for this not being as clean as it should be. In fact, I hope it's in a fit state to sleep in. As you can see, it's an inner first, kinda. It's got the outer attached to it, and the version 2 has these little toggles, these little tie-outs that attach the outer to the inner. Tonight, I've got to try the AKASO SeeMor 200s night vision goggles. Obviously, the guy sent them to me, asked if I wanted to try them out, and I'm a guy having some sort of midlife crisis by sleeping in the woods. Of course, I want to try out night vision goggles. We're going to try and see some wildlife. This place is teeming with wildlife. I'd love to see badgers, got to admit, but who knows? We'll give that a go tonight, see what we can see. So I've spent a lot of nights in this tent, a lot of good nights actually. Put a comment down below if you've got the OEX Phoxx 2. What's your opinion? Because I bought this cheap little tent, used it so much, and then kind of thought, well, no, let's get a Hilleberg, let's do this, let's do that. And then I was like, oh, I miss the little fox. She's in. And then you realise how close to the fire you pitch your tent. So this is a new little addition to my set. Nice and simple, little foldable saw from Amazon. Probably the cheapest one I could get. You pop that in there. You pop this in there. I can get this together. Nice. Like so. You got your blade. Obviously, stick a bit of wax on that before you're starting to chop. Get that on the right way. Tighten her up. Nice little saw. This is a good little saw, this. And it's going through this wood absolutely fine. When I found the bigger pieces of wood, and they were literally just laying around, but they weren't too rotten, so I've cut those up and arranged this into a log cabin fire. So if you don't know what that is, it's literally where you have cross members like that, and you build it up almost like a Jenga. And once you do that, it's going to create you quite a low maintenance fire. So it's camp tour time. we have a little DD 3.5 by 3.5 tarp, a cheap little Amazon lantern. We've got a one tigress little foldable type chair thing with missing feet, so it's sinking into the ground, but it's doing me for the minute. Then my little cook set up there, so we've got a bag with food, eggs, cup, obviously bushcraft knife, water, little table. Just down there, axe and saw, and fire gloves if we need to tend to the fire. Have our little billy can on the fire at the minute, just boiling up some water because I could do with a cuppa. Not a lot of firewood left, so I've got to crack on with that in a minute. And then back out in the OEX Phoxx 2. Fantastic 3-season tent. I mean, I've had it in snow, but yeah, and inside here we have, this is the Kilos Gear extra large or large mat, 10 centimeters thick. Absolute fantastic bit of kit. And underneath there, we can see we've got a little mat. I've got the Rubber Scent 900 on top and our bits at the back there. We have our Kindle with the magic ship. Hopefully, we're gonna get to do a bit of reading tonight. This is our night vision. So we have the AKASO SeeMor 200 night vision. And usually when I set up, I just throw all the empty bags down the bottom. Got my pack here with not a lot left in. The little flex tail gear pump, which is an absolute weapon. If I can turn that on, we can see that's our light as well. Oh, in fact, I forgot to show you something. Here you go, hold on. Up here, have a new bit of kit. I don't know what it is. It's a big round piece of metal, and we are gonna throw it on the fire, and we're gonna cook up some stuff. I'm actually gonna cook some nice stuff today. So garlic sausages, spicy noodles, and I have my own bread today. Yeah, leave a comment below if anything about this camp resembles yours. In here, we have 1 cup, actually half a cup of like that powdered milk stuff, and then 1 full cup of self-raising flour. I've then thrown in some garlic powder, some cinnamon, some mixed herbs, that's a big B. I'm gonna add some water, try and make this into a dough, and then using that big metal skillet, that is a big old B, I'm gonna pop that on the fire, try and cook myself some flatbreads to have with some smoked sausage and chicken and mushroom pasta. That genuinely might have been too much water already. How am I supposed to even get this out? There's so much water in here. What am I supposed to do with this? I mean, and now I've got a load of mud on the bag and I can't use that left hand now. Okay, right hand only. What is this? This is okay, this is obviously the first time I've done this. Whoa, okay, now we've got a pan fire. So clearly the bread's going well. We have a burnt raw piece there, we have a fire on the pan, and I can't touch anything because my hands are covered in bread mix. Because of how poorly the bread went, we have a garlic sausage just cooking over the fire there. And in here, chicken and mushroom pasta. Finally, a t-shirt in the UK. But here is lunch. Chicken and mushroom pasta and a weird sausage that we found in the supermarket that you don't have to keep refrigerated. It's in like a vacuum packed bag. I mean, I'm not sure if it actually contains any sausage, but it resembles one. It got hot. It goes with the pasta. I feel happy. I feel good. I messed up the bread, but it is what it is. But the big thing is tonight, the night vision goggles, spotting some wildlife. I can already see so many signs of tracks around here. There's about 4 tracks running up to my camp. I've seen a badger set not far away. So fingers crossed tonight, we're going to see some wildlife on night vision. So by the light of the fire, we shall have a look at these little AKASO SeeMor 200 night vision piece of equipment. There is a large screen here where you're going to do most of your viewing, but let's have a look. Basically, one of them is going to give you IR, black and white, high quality, and one of them uses AI to put things into color. 6 buttons on top, some fixings to put it on a tripod, so it'd be quite easy for me to go through the box and talk about the amazing fabric, the cases, and that the strap actually feels like quality, and that there are metal buckles. Here is the unit. Let's turn her on. So there we can see she's loading up. Let me put up what this image looks like on the screen. As you can see, what's on the screen of my phone versus what's on the screen of this AKASO unit. Now this is using the AI color mode. So AI is interpreting the surroundings and filling this in with color. Okay, so in the distance there, you can see the camp. Pretty dark now. We can just about make out my fire, but we'll use IR, we'll use zoom, and we will try and stalk out my own camp. Okay, so as you can see, guys, with the IR on, the infrared, we get a very clear image of my camp. So here we can see, zoomed in on camp. That is what I'm seeing. These are crazy. This is the AI mode. I could probably focus a little bit better. Beautiful start to the evening. Cloud cover's dropped. Says to me it's going to get cold.
And here we have Beard in the Wild, a 43-year-old man who's made a YouTube channel laying in a field in the prone position, watching rabbits frolic merrily in the early hours of the night, before then spotting the fox stalking his prey, just as this 43-year-old YouTuber stalks more subscribers, aspiring to have the same numbers as Kent Survival or Paul Messner. It's at this point, despite saying he wouldn't beg for subscribers, as the fox stalks the rabbit, Beard in the Wild would encourage you to hit that subscribe button, potentially with the bell notification, so you can be made aware every time Beard in the Wild uploads a new video.
So it's that time of night now where I've got to start thinking about going to bed. Unfortunately, I messed up my meals today and only kind of had lunch, didn't quite have dinner. I'm just going to cook off this last little sausage thing, shove it in a pre-made piece of bread. It's been a lovely camp. It's been great to have the Phoxx 2 back out again. It's such a good little 10. You know, when you're paying around £70 for something that good, those night vision goggles were out of this world. That is some good fun. That was my one aim of this camp, was to see some nighttime wildlife. Anyway, night guys, I'm off to bed after this. Oh, time to get out of this cushy little bed. And it's a fresh morning. I can feel my hands getting a little bit cold already. But I've got the Raba Scent 900. So I am nice and warm. We've got the remnants of the fire. Luckily last night before I went to bed, I put everything under the tarp, other than that little skillet, but I wasn't fussed about that. But yeah, looks like a nice morning. So I didn't bring any gas or anything to cook with me other than the fire. So I need to get that going this morning. So I can boil some water, have a nice cup of coffee. Great to be back out in the Phoxx. Dinner was okay. Breakfast is better. The Wayfarers. And yeah, the night vision was absolutely, well, a real good bit of fun. So not too expensive either. If you have got this far in the video and want to subscribe and watch me eat sausage and beans in the morning, please do. If you have got to the end of this video, it has now been proven scientifically that anyone still watching, that viewer has a higher life expectancy than those that tuned out earlier. But if you watch camping videos or wild camping videos and don't actually go out yourself, do us a favour and leave a comment below and let us know why. Or if you are a person that actually does go out and do it, when was the last time you went out, in the comments below? Anyway, guys, I am signing off because breakfast is done.